Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have discussed about the reproduction in human beings and we discussed about secondary sexual characteristics. Today, we'll be talking about male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Along with that, we are going to discuss what will happen when egg is fertilized, what will happen when egg is not fertilized, and at last, we are going to discuss about reproductive health, the importance of reproductive health. Let's talk about the male reproductive system. First of all, we are going to discuss the parts of the male reproductive system. It consists of a pair of testes, then vas deferens, then seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and then penis. Right? Now here the formation of germ cells or sperms takes place in the testes. Now these are located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum, because sperm formation requires a lower temperature than the normal body temperature. It requires 2 to 3 degrees Celsius low temperature. Body's temperature is approximately 37 degrees Celsius, right? But for the sperm formation, for the spermatogenesis to take place in the testis, it needs lower temperature. The role of the testis in the secretion of the hormone testosterone, all these things we will be discussing. In addition to regulating the formation of sperms, testosterone is the hormone which brings about changes in appearance seen in boys at the time of puberty. Testis, there is a pair of testes which lie in skin pouch called scrotum. Scrotum is suspended outside the body below the abdominal cavity. This helps in maintaining the temperature of testis below the body temperature. This is necessary for optimum sperm production. Testis primarily serves the function of sperm production. Sperms are the male gametes. Apart from that, testis also produces testosterone. Testosterone is the hormone which is called male hormone, and it is responsible for developing secondary sexual characteristics in boys. Now the other parts of male reproductive system are vas deferens, which is the tube which carries sperms to the seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle, this is the place where sperms are stored. Secretions from the seminal vesicle and prostate gland add up to make the semen. Penis, it is a muscular organ which serves the genitourinary functions. The urethra works as the common passage for urine as well as for the sperms. The sperms formed are delivered through the vas deferens, which unites with the tube coming from the urinary bladder. The urethra thus forms a common passage. Along the path of the vas deferens, glands like prostate gland and seminal vesicles are going to pour their secretions. If I talk about seminal vesicles, it is going to make semen. If I talk about prostate glands, it is going to add prostaglandins, it is going to add nutrients which are required by the sperms. Okay. Now these all things will be added, and here it acts as a transport medium in which sperms can easily travel and can reach the female genital tract. The sperms are tiny bodies that consist of mainly genetic material and a long tail that helps them to move towards the female germ cell. Let us see in the diagram also, the male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes which produces the male reproductive cells called sperms and the hormone called testosterone. It is contained in sac-like structures called scrotum. You can see this is the diagram, this is scrotum. From each testis arises a tube called vas deferens. It joins into the urethra. The urethra is enclosed in a muscular organ called penis. It has an opening called genital pore. The seminal vesicles and prostate glands produce fluids which provide nutrition and help in movement of the sperms. You can see the structure of sperm also. This is acrosome, head, midpiece and tail. Just remember this acrosome. Okay. Now then here you can see testis. Now above testis, can you see this, long structure? This is called epididymis. Now here in epididymis, the matured sperms will be stored, and later on from vas deferens here, they are going to reach to the penis. Now on the way here, they are going to get secretions from the prostate gland and seminal vesicles. And now here, can you see in the diagram this urethra? This is the common passage here for the urine as well as for the ejaculation of sperms. Let us talk about the female reproductive system. It consists of uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, vagina, right. If I talk about uterus, this is the pear shaped hollow muscular organ. Uterus is the place where the embryo gets implanted and develops into a newborn baby. The wall of the uterus provides safety and nutrition to the growing fetus. Fallopian tubes, you can see in the textbook diagram, one fallopian tube comes out from each side at the top of the uterus. The fallopian tubes ends in a finger-like structures called fimbriae. Fertilization happens in the fallopian tube. Remember that fertilization is going to happen in the fallopian tube, and later on here the zygote is going to divide and going to form an embryo, and that embryo gets implanted in the uterus. Then ovary, there are two ovaries, one near each fallopian tube. Ovary produces the eggs or the female gametes. All the eggs are produced by the ovary when the female child is still in the womb. Remember this. Once the fertilization takes place, right, once it is decided that yes, this is going to be a girl child, at that time only, when the reproductive organs are maturing, at that time the number of ovas, immature ovas are fixed. Now these ovas undergo maturation as and when the girl enters the puberty. So one egg matures in each ovulation cycle, and it can be from the right ovary or the left ovary, right. It cannot be from both the ovary. It is only in certain cases where it will be from both the ovary. Otherwise, in normal conditions here, it is going to come from either the right ovary in 1 month and next month from the left ovary. The egg is caught by the fimbriae and transferred to the fallopian tube. Then next is vagina. The cervix, mouth of the uterus, opens into the vagina. Vagina is a muscular tube-like organ which serves as a passage for the sperms and also as the canal during the childbirth. Now let us see in the diagram, the female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries. You can see in the diagram, these are pair of ovaries which produces the female reproductive cells called ova or eggs and the hormone estrogen. There is one more hormone released called progesterone, which will be released during pregnancy. Above the ovaries are tubes called oviducts. Can you see these tubes here? It is also known as fallopian tube or oviducts. The two oviducts unite into a bag-like structures called uterus. The uterus has an opening called vagina. Can you see this cervix? Now the cervix cancer is very common in women, whereas in case of males prostate cancer is very common, right. Nowadays we have vaccine for the cervix cancer which can be given to a girl child after 9 years of age. Now let us talk about the fertilization in human beings. During sexual intercourse, the sperms from the male enters into the vagina of the female. The sperms reaches the oviduct. One sperm fuses with an egg and forms a zygote. Now here children, what will happen? Once the ovulation takes place, the egg is either released from the left ovary or from the right ovary. Now egg is going to wait there for 2 to 3 days, and here if sexual intercourse takes place, at that time the sperms are going to travel towards both the fallopian tube. Now wherever they find ovum, they are going to fuse with it. Once the fusion takes place, then a zygote will be formed. The zygote then gets implanted in the uterus. Now this zygote is undergoing mitosis. Mitotic division will take place, and then this zygote is going to get implanted in the uterus. The embryo gets nutrition from the mother's blood through the placenta. The disc shaped structure is called placenta. Now here this placenta is going to provide nourishment, and it is going to collect all the waste material from the developing baby. The development of the child takes 9 months, and then the child is born. You can see here in the diagram also, can you see ovulation has taken place, this is fertilization done here, right. Then 2 stage, 4 stage, 8 cell, and then finally here blastocyst in 16 in 32 cell stage it is going to get implanted. You can see here this is the endometrial lining where implantation has taken place. Now once the fertilization takes place, other sperms will not be able to fuse with them because the chemical changes will take place around the ovum, and no other sperm will be able to fertilize the ovum. If on both the sides, if ova is there, if the woman is having irregular periods, irregular menstrual cycles, right, at that time it is going to have ovas in both the fallopian tube. So both the ovum will be fertilized, right, and both will be implanted in the uterus. So at that time the mother will be having two child, but these two babies here will look different. They can be of same gender or they can be of different gender. That we'll discuss in the next slide. Now this diagram we have already discussed. Let's talk about the next diagram. You can see here amniotic fluid filled cavity, in that the baby is there. This is the yolk sac, chorionic villi. Villi will help in supplying the nutrients to the baby. Then this is the umbilical cord. Now what is the umbilical cord here? The umbilical cord is the tube which connects mother's body, that is the uterus, with the baby, right? Are you getting my point? And then we have chorion, amnion, these are the layers. Then cavity of the uterus. This uterus is going to expand a lot, right? So here, can you see this long tube? Where is placenta? Now this mother's body and then this tube coming out is the placenta. Then next to it here baby, and then connecting one, this is the umbilical cord. Can you see this? Yes. And this is the 9-month baby, right, 9-month old, and it is going to come out through the vagina. This vagina, the cervix is going to widen due to the hormones, right? Which hormone? Oxytocin, which will help in delivery of the baby, and the baby is going to come out of the vagina. Now we have discussed what will happen if fertilization takes place. Now the next point here is what will happen if there is no fertilization, right? Now the ova is going to wait in the fallopian tube, because every month ovulation has to take place. The number of ovas are fixed, and once the puberty sets in, it is the girl is going to menstruate. Now the first menstruation cycle is known as menarche, okay, and then it is menstruation, and when it stops we call it as menopause. That usually starts around 45 to 50 or 55 years of age. That depends on the lifestyle of a woman and how much stress has been taken. Now the ovary produces one egg every month, and the uterus prepares to receive the fertilized egg. Now here that's very very important point, that every month here the ova is going to wait for the sperm, right? So here the uterus, the inner lining known as endometrial lining, is going to develop every month, right? The blood vessels, everything will be developed well, so that if fertilization takes place, the uterus is ready to receive the fertilized egg. Now its wall becomes thick and spongy with blood vessels for nourishing the embryo. If fertilization does not take place, then the uterus wall breaks and comes out of the vagina as blood and mucus. The cycle takes place once every month and is called menstruation, right? So in this cycle only, it usually takes place after 28 to 30 days, and through this only the endometrial lining is sloughed off. Now next point here is, so this lining slowly breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus. Now it usually lasts for about 2 to 8 days.